Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Beatvengerz Radio. I am your host, Tree Morty. This is our first episode of the podcast, and we have a very special guest. He goes by the name of Julius. He's been influenced by music since a very young age. From Oakland, California. Come on in, sir. My brother, man. What's going on, dude?
Just ready to drop this tape.
So let's talk about it, man. I mean, how do you feel about this tape? How do you feel?
I feel like I don't know. I haven't put too much thought in it. You know how I feel about it. It's just like it's got to be done. It's it's not that like I just did whatever and just wanted it to be out. But like I don't know. I'm not like scared. I'm not like super excited. It's just there's another thing on the checklist to me, becoming greater and greater. Got to get it done. And there's more plans to come, but it's just got to be done. Niggas been waiting for a tape. I've been talking about tapes since high school.
For real, man.
Yeah.
And honestly, we like I said, man, we appreciate letting us even have our hands in the mix, bro. And like I realize, collabing with you, dude, we get stuff done. Like we are surrounded by some hungry individuals, and like, man, it's good to see you grow. And, like, it's crazy how like it's a small world because you damn near knew Lamar and all them, and from the DVC cats, and went to high school with all them. Tell me about like what was your experience with music growing up?
It's fucking weird, man. I don't know. I met a lot of like people. I met a lot of people through my dad's music. I got influenced by a lot of people through my dad's music, and like people around the Bay Area, people he was working with. And I don't know. One thing I definitely do remember is like going to like his shitty little gigs. When he like played for someone that like their music was ass. And we knew it. Like his kids knew it.
Yeah.
He knew it, but like he had to make some money. So he was like, fuck it. Like I gotta do this shit. But yeah, those were some interesting gigs, or playing with people that like I thought I would never meet, and then my dad ended up playing with them, and I ended up fucking hating them, like hella people.
Man, and that's the thing too, especially in this thing that's called the music industry, especially being an artist now coming out in the year 2021. The game has changed a lot, man, right? Like you've seen it, firsthand from your pops, and like sometimes that's like most of the artist's life is just gigging to get by. So do you think you ever do like any gigs soon, or maybe like in the future?
I'm definitely trying to do some shows soon. I feel like there's three real pillars to being good in the music business, or just like in music period. If you want to really like touch people, you have to be good at writing, recording, and performing. Those are like the three pillars of being in this industry, or like being a part of this craft. And I've learned that from my dad. So I feel like I got the writing down. I feel like I'm getting there with the recording. I'm starting to get comfortable and really figure out like, all right, this is like the best I could make, or this is like the most I could put into it. And then after that, it's just performing. I gotta figure that out too. So that's the next level of my elevation, of my growth. So I just want to get it done.
I think so
Stay
too,
hungry.
man. Like for real, like I can see it in you, man. Like for real, especially coming from our background. I feel like collaboration with you, bro. You hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Like you tap in. It's like, yo, this the studio at this time. I'm off at these specific days, and I feel like that's what a lot of young artists are missing these days. It's just something. I felt it. Something turned on in you. And like you got hungry, right? Like
Yeah.
I think all of us too. Like
Yeah.
all of us just started at some point. Maybe it was the quarantine. Maybe it was outside pressure, but
Yeah.
we turned it into some gold, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it's because I'm so skinny. That's why I'm so hungry. You know.
Man, we're gonna get you in the gym,
Yeah.
man. We're gonna get you in the gym.
I need some nutrition, some discipline. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, you know, Oakland, California. Why do you rep Oakland?
I don't know, like being from divorced parents, you know, you move around a lot. So there's not like one place I could call home, but Oakland was always one place like that felt like home, you know. Like I always went to school there. I went to school there from preschool through 8th grade. And then like we're still living there for a little bit. And like that's one place that like my parents have had the most houses in, even with all the times that we moved. So I don't know, I always felt like I was a part of this, even though I wasn't a part of other things that I was around. And yeah. And then like just learning about the history of Oakland. Like so many people are from here, you know. There's fucking Huey P from fucking Keisha Cole, you know. There's so many people that came from here, so many great people that you can get so much inspiration from.
Bruce Lee, all them.
Exactly, yeah. Like so many people are around this area, even like Tupac, you know. A lot of people think that like Tupac's like some LA rapper when they first get into him, because like California Love and all those songs, like it seems like some LA type shit, you know. And plus he was around like a lot of LA
rest
niggas.
in peace, Tupac, man.
For real,
For
yeah.
real.
It was just his
Happy
birthday.
50th birthday, man. Love you, Pac.
A lot of niggas don't know that he's from here. This was what he claimed, you know?
Yeah, this is where he picked up his game.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So, and this is where he started out too, like rapping and everything.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like this is where I belong. And that's why I feel like I got to make some type of difference here, you know?
Right.
Before I move on to the next planet or whatever it may be. I got to make a difference here, you know?
Man, cheers to that, bro. For
real.
real. Man. So, the name of the album, what is it, and what inspires the name? Like, conceptually, what's the album about?
I was just thinking about like how much life I've been dealing with, you know. I started really like, when I first started talking about a tape, I was like 15 or 16, like, or maybe even like 14, like when I first started writing, because that's when I was first started
really
writing.
Thinking about it.
Yeah,
right?
like I gotta eventually make my way up to a project, and now I feel like I've developed enough in my own life and enhanced musically at the same time that this would be the time to really get this out the way, you know, and really, I don't know, plot on a project, because I feel like my favorite artists have amazing albums. Like it's an album that I can listen to most of it or the whole thing in one go. So that's what I want to do for niggas, you know. And a lot of that music changed how I perceive things or like how I deal with the world. So I want to be able to do that same thing for niggas. So I called it The Trip, you know. That's why I called it
The Trip.
Yeah, because like they say, life's a trip, you know. Life's a trip. So I don't know. And plus, I was making a lot of like weed type music, like stoner type music in high school, like just talking about drugs, because I was around a lot of drugs, you know.
Yeah.
If I wasn't
especially
taking
high school, man.
Yeah,
it's like
especially
people don't know,
creek,
man.
bro, like,
especially in America, man. Keep the kids off the drugs, man.
Bro, for real, like when you grow up in Walnut Creek, you get to like grow up with crackheads. Like you get to see crackheads progress. Yeah, like
all over. Like they're literally.
It wasn't
on
even
the
like
street.
I was growing up there, but like when you have some development years over there, you develop with some crackheads who develop into crackheads more and more as they go on. You know, them white kids need discipline.
It's ironic how it's like in the rich neighborhoods though, specifically.
Yeah.
Specifically.
I don't know. I feel like
I mean, poor neighborhoods, don't get me wrong, too, are really bad.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't know. It's for different reasons. Like I feel like for where I'm from and where you're from and where a lot of people that deal with those struggles of like poverty or like being from a place that isn't too desirable for most of America, you see that shit and you do that shit for different reasons. Like you're escaping from something. Like shit isn't good here in my reality, so let me try to figure something else out.
So they use that external allurement to escape the internal struggle.
But like them white kids just be doing it for like, you know, it's Tuesday, man. I'm finna do some fucking coke, man. You know, I didn't get to get my Starbucks this morning, so fuck it, man. I'm finna do some fucking coke. You know? Like that's what you grow up around.
I'm gonna be real. At my high school too. That's the thing. Like people think it's like we're joking, but no, this happens. This happens.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like that was something I had to deal with. But back to your question, I just called it the trip because I thought a lot of niggas would think I'm like talking about some drug shit, but it's really about life, you know, and it's been about my life for like the last year. A lot
journey.
of it's, about the journey, you know, because that's the trip, you know. It's not about they said it's not about the destination, it's about the journey to get to that destination. And I feel like this last year has taught me so much, you know, from like even from like the before Corona even started to like the start of Corona to after it, and like where we're not even after it because there's still shit, but where we're at now is such a growth, you know. I'm such a different person because like you gotta move on with life. Life's not gonna move with you, no matter how much you want it to. Like,
especially at this time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what quarantine taught all of us, was just like, look, life's gonna go on, things are gonna work, things are not gonna work, but you know, you gotta stay positive, man. Like, especially with this music, I feel like we all started tapping into the music, and like, what came out was the albums, like, and it's like it's consistently growing. It's consistently moving. It's like always ever changing, and it'd be a mood, right? So I want to talk about what's the mood, what's the mood of the album, the genre, maybe even just like the vibration, you know, the intentions.
Honestly, when people ask me that, I typically say like, imagine if Bryson Tiller or like I don't even know, like fucking I don't know, all them niggas in like that genre, you know, where they're making like some next level shit. That's what I feel like, or like, you know, some Brent Faiyaz type shit. I say like, imagine if those niggas were from the Bay, and like that's what I say. But honestly, I feel like it's some night driving music, you know. I watched this interview when I was like 11 or 12 of Drake, and he was saying like, I make night driving music, and I was like, I could do that, nigga. I could do that. That sounds lit. Like, cause I would be in hella cars at night, you know. Like my mom would be done kicking it with the family, hella late at night, be like 2 a.m. We drive home and like listen to some music or whatever my mom was listening to. Mostly it was the radio, so I'd hear like, you know, 94.9 or like 106 KMEL, you know, that type shit. That's what we listen to. And even like in the mornings to go to school or whatever, because we lived in Antioch at the time, but we went to the school in Oakland, so we'd have to wake up hella early.
Driving, commute.
Yeah, and it was damn near like
commute,
nighttime, man. Some nights, and those
No
were like
joke.
the best days. Like when it's still kind of dark outside, and I would just look out the car and see the Bay Area, just like look at different like skylines and just peering out my window. You know, I thought that shit was so lit. So I don't know, if you've been up at like 3-4 in the morning and you're driving through the Bay Area, that's where like the sound is from.
I see, and you know it's crazy now that you mentioned that. The imagery you're painting with that specific scene, I can see that all over.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I can see that all over that album.
Yeah.
That shit's fire. I like that.
I appreciate it, man.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to have the segments of like just like car noises, or like me in the car, or like, you know, I feel like when you're in the car alone and you're just listening to music, you can really be yourself. You know, there's no judgments there, because you're in a car for one. Like, you know, some people are tougher in the car. I feel like I'm just more myself when I'm behind those windows, you know, and like just alone with your thoughts. You know, you can talk to yourself, you do weirdo type shit.
Yeah,
and like no one's
free,
there,
no
bro.
judgment, right?
Yeah, and then especially at night, like for real, like that type of secrecy, you know, it's just you and yourself and your thoughts. It's like you're damn near like you're in solitary confinement, but you're seeing the Bay Area.
But yeah. All right, so let's talk about features, producers. How long's the track list? Man, what's going on with that?
I think it's at like 9 songs right now. It's on 9 songs. I really wanted to get to 11 because, like, I don't know, like, throughout my life there's been like this theme of like 22s, you know. I'd always see like, or like 222, you know, like 222. I just see it. I thought that was some weird shit, and so I wanted it to be 11 because that's half of 22. You listen to the tape twice. You play it 22 times. You know, you listen to 22 songs.
Right.
But that's not what it is. I didn't have enough time.
Yeah, you didn't end up going with that concept.
So it's just 9 songs. I got you know, I got some white people featuring. I got some Asian people featuring. I also got some black people featuring. I think that's it's a nice multicultural type listening.
Okay.
A lot of people don't have that type shit. They'll have like mostly one race.
Right.
Maybe some white producers or some Asian engineers. You know?
It's a melting pot of producers. Is what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm not really. It's mostly Z Avalar. Z is like I don't know. He's transformed my approach of music. There's Trey Morty, who's sitting here in the flesh in the interview.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I don't know, that's also transformed my approach to music. And then there's MJ, who I feel like that's one of the closest niggas I have in my life that I really grew up with them. And like I seen where they were at a very young age. Like MJ and I met when we were like 13 years old in fucking summer school at Eastside College Preparatory. So
you guys went to school together?
Yeah, we went to boarding school together. He was my roommate during the summer. That's how we met. And like that nigga's changed my life. Like he's seen like me in my worst moments, too, man. In my darkest spots, And like that's when I really started making music. So it was nice to have that type of influence in the tape and like my approach to music and how I view this whole shit. But those three people, you and yourself as well.
Yes, sir.
It's just like I don't know. I've grown. A lot of my time making music has been stagnant. I was in one place, but since I met all y'all and like I started collaborating with those minds, I've been able to move forward, and that's a nice feeling.
I feel like iron shapes iron, and we are literally feeding off of each other's energy, going back and forth. And dude, at this point, man, like, look, just stay, we just stay healthy. We just keep going and consistently. And man, I'm talking about everything, tours. I'm talking about music videos. I'm talking about, look, we're shooting first episode of the podcast right here. Like there's no limit to what we can do if we just keep our minds straight, and like, and like I said, I appreciate you letting us even be involved in something. For me, when I make music, it's personal. You're putting your heart on the page, and especially listening to the tape, like, man, like you talk about some real dope topics. You go into your mode, and I feel like I can't wait to hear some more, man. I cannot wait to hear some more.
I think that's like a plague of it's like an artist's curse, Whenever you make shit, like, I can't personally like sit there and like enjoy the tape. I'm constantly thinking about like, what am I gonna do after this,
Yeah.
But I'm glad y'all can enjoy it. Like I live vicariously through y'all listening to it, because like right now I'm just like, brother, I don't even think about my birthday right now. Like I'm just like, the tape is coming.
It's just happening, right? But I think honestly, that's the best type of mindset to be in. Be in the moment. Don't even worry about the future past. Don't even worry about that. Just be in the moment.
And that's another thing. Like that calls to something you were saying a little bit earlier.
Right.
Like if I was thinking about this yesterday, but my mind is always in this area, even if I'm not necessarily thinking about it itself. I feel like if I keep growing, the only things that are inevitable for me are success in what I want to do in this and death. They say like death is inevitable. That's the one thing in life that's always gonna happen. If I keep growing like this and I keep trying to work like this and learn like this, the only thing that I can do is succeed and die. Eventually, whatever happens first, you never know. But
bro, I love that thought, man. I gotta shake your hand on that.
But I don't know. I think about that. Like that's my mindset. If I keep growing like this, I keep learning, I keep grasping onto things and building off of those new things, I will only be ever successful. It can't stop. No one can stop me. If I
For real. Keep going, man. And like I said, we'll support you, bro. For real.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited.